If you are what you say you are, a superstar.
Yo, welcome to Wednesday. Roger Love here for another segment of Roger Love Speaks. Chicago, my hometown. Stop the madness. What is really going on in our streets out here today? We have so much violence and so much hatred and so much anger. Every time I turn on the news, we lead in the news, black people. Yes, I'm saying black people. It's us that are out there doing this to each other. It's us that are allowing our kids out there to run wild and run free and do whatever they want to do. It's us that are allowing our kids to resolve their own issues out there. Parents, teachers, leaders, church leaders, we gotta change this, man. We gotta get this done. The biggest problem out there right now is there's no accountability in our parenting skills. There's no leadership out there. We gotta lead. We gotta take lead of our kids right now. And we gotta stop living in fear. How can we be an adult and we're afraid of our kids? Man, I spent 10 years in the Chicago public school system, and this didn't just start today. It started years ago. We just have given up on parenting. Have we become so morally deficient in our parenting skills have become poor? Chicago, we're better than this. Black America, we're better than this. I know that Chicago isn't just the only place, but we're always on the scene on First 48, and we're making this A&E series just on and on. That's been going on for 8 years strong. We got to change that, guys. We got to change that. We have come too far to allow this. How would Dr. King feel? How would Malcolm X feel? How would Marcus Garvey? People that fought for us to live a better day today when we came in this country as slaves. And now we've been freed and we've imprisoned ourselves again with violence and hatred. How do we have self-hate? The number one thing I think that we have is lack of love for ourselves. We got to love ourselves. We got too many beautiful young boys and young girls out here. I'm saying young boys and young girls out here dying every day for nothing. Because guess what? Someone's teaching them how to hate each other. They don't even know why. I talked to a friend of mine that runs a ministry that talks about, people that come to tragic events or have been to things. They talk to people in prison. And one of the things, sometimes people, when they really think about it, after the fact someone's dead, after the fact someone's been shot or violently or tragically killed or hurt, or just all alone, left, hopeless. They lost hope for a second. They really don't know why they did it, but they did it. And some of them have so much regret now, but you cannot change what's done. We can change right now the environment that they come from by showing them love. I'm going to say this again. Hate is taught. We see it on TV. We see it in our video games. We see it sometimes, wherever we look at, it's there. People hating each other for no reason, for small apparent reasons. I don't like this person because of this. Not saying that black and white should hate each other, but we got black on black people. We hate each other. There's no more worrying about anything else out here with racism. We're killing each other. You see, I'm not worried about the Donald Sterling controversy right now. What I'm worried about are the young people in Chicago, Philadelphia, New York, Atlanta, New Orleans, St. Louis, all over America that are dying senselessly, because of violence. We're picking up guns and we're resolving our problems that way. When is it going to change? 25 years ago, we're killing each other over sneakers and stealing jackets. Now we're killing each other over just senseless stuff. And we got our girls out here that are dying. Young girls, not that guys are the same. Guys are dying too. But now it's hitting our young ladies. Guys, will be a generation of no ones. There will be no one left if we don't change this. And I'm going to say this again to the parents. We got to teach love. We got to teach love and we got to show love. Hate sometimes, like I said again, it's taught. It's easily taught. Jealousy, not liking someone because they're doing this. We need to stop hating and encourage. Stop having these issues with each other that are just so minute. The level of our maturity in our mind comes from what we see and what we witness out there every day. They see hate, they're going to do hate. If you teach them how to hate, don't like that person, don't let this person do this to you. If they do this to you, do this to them. Violence is not the answer. Discipline is the answer. Love is the answer. It says in our good book, you spare the rod, you spoil the child. That's one of the biggest things that we have to do is discipline our kids. I'm not telling you to beat your kids, but again, let me tell you, a good old butt whooping didn't hurt me. It didn't hurt some of you out there. It did not kill you. You might have thought you was dying, but you did. You made it. Your parents got you to where you needed to be because you were out of line and you got put back in line. Parents, we got to put our kids in check. We got to monitor our kids. We got to talk to them. We got to get involved with them. We got to love those kids. We're not loving them enough. I know that we got jobs, we got all kind of issues going on out here with the economy, with the social conditions that we live in, but we got to remember that our kids matter. Kids, you matter. You're watching this. Learn to resolve your differences a different way. You got a chance to walk away. It's okay to walk away from a fight. It's okay to walk away from a confrontation because sometimes it escalates so quick and happens that we just don't think. And it happens. Parents, I'm going back to you again. We got to discipline those kids. Discipline is so important this day and age. It's so important to us that we got to learn how to understand that our kids matter. We got to teach them self-love to love themselves. They love themselves because every day we're out here and we just wildly out here just doing whatever. We're allowing our kids to do whatever on these social media sites and they're degrading themselves and you don't have to do that, young ladies. Guys, you don't have to do that. I'm tired of picking up, and looking on social media and we're out here, we're fighting each other and we're filming it, making World Star just all the money in the world. We're making fools of ourselves every day and it needs to stop. It needs to stop. It has to stop. But it's got to start with our leaders, our parents at home. We can't point the fingers and say that the law is responsible. We can't depend on the police and the law and the government to govern and teach our kids. We can't depend on DCFS and all these other people to raise our kids. We can't depend on Chicago public schools or any public school system throughout the country to raise our kids. We cannot depend on that. We got to teach our kids better. It's up to us or we'll keep on burying our kids. Parents, you should not be burying your kids. You just shouldn't. Your kids should be getting raised. And we're saying that there's other people, but it's got to start together. I'm going to tell you like I tell my people at work, when you got a complaint or you got a problem with something, there's strength in numbers. There's strength in numbers. If these politicians aren't getting the job done right, guys, we got to vote them out. You got to vote them out. They don't meet your needs. So what? They're Democrats. So what? They're Republican or whatever you want them to be. If you're not getting the job done, you have the power to vote. You better look at your history because people have died out here because of the right to vote. We're misusing that. We don't understand our power that we have every day. We have so many beautiful opportunities out here. There is hope for us. There is opportunity for us. We have to have faith and we have to trust. I'm going to give you several things. People keep saying, what's the solution? I don't have all the answers, but I know some of the answers are. Number one, we got to pray every day. You got to pray. Teach your kids to pray and meditate. Because sometimes, thinking about the things that are going on out there, sometimes we let these bad seeds manifest and they harbor inside of our kids' mind. And guess what? They start thinking about it, contemplating, being content and doing wrong. Being content and putting harm on another person because of what they've done to them. Everybody's not going to be playing above board. Everybody's not going to teach their kids to do right. We realize that. We're not going to live in this perfect world, but this is out of control when we're leading the news every weekend. 25 to 28 people being violently shot, 4 dead, 1 dead. It does not matter. This should not happen to lead the news, and it's happening right in the black community and the Hispanic community, but more so in the black community right now. We got to change this. Chicago, we got to change this. It has to change, but we got to teach people how to respect each other. We got to teach self-discipline. We got to pray. It says again in the Bible again, if my people who are called by my name will seek my face and humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways, then will I heal their land. I honestly, wholeheartedly believe that with my heart, that God can heal our land. But we got to turn from the wicked ways. We got to humble ourselves. Sometimes there's too much pride. We got to change that. In our schools, we got to start caring and getting more involved and being more active. We got to force our schools to let these police and these officials know what's going on. We got to force these police officers and these politicians to do their jobs out there every day. But you also have to come out and help and report what you see. I know we say this old saying, snitches get stitches, and I ain't snitching. That's been a thing. That's been a urban legend in our community for years, or a myth, or whatever you want to call it. We need to change that, man. That has to change. I know this segment is going a little bit long, but I'm giving you real talk about what's going on in our neighborhood, and we need to change our neighborhoods. It has to stop somewhere. We got to gain back control. Because there are no rules to the street. Criminals have no rules, and there are none among thieves and criminals at all. They do what they want, how they want, because again, nobody's challenging them. We got to put up a challenge for our people. We got to put better systems together. We as adults got to start respecting each other. And the biggest factor out there, I'm going to say it again, is our black men. Men, we got to stand up and be accountable for our communities. We got to be standing up, be accountable for our sons and daughters. We have to lead them. All of us aren't in jail, black men. All of us aren't dead, black men. We need to wake up. We need to be men, come up and lead our people. We have to, or we'll be a generation that will be wiped out, and we will be extinct. We will be done. We'll be gone. There will be none of us. And what's left? Life should not be this way, that you live in fear. You don't have to live in fear. You should live in happiness and love and respect of one another, and with discipline and dignity. We're better than this, Chicago. We're better than this, America, black America. We have that champion inside of us. It's called greatness. If we can overcome what we came through with segregation and racism and all the things that we have faced years ago, and it was so boldly out there, we can overcome this. If we can overcome the fact that our communities were burned down by some of us that got senseless after Dr. King was killed, and rebuild our communities, we can overcome this. We can overcome all the issues that we have out there. But I'm going to go back down this last list, and I know I kind of got away from it. But I'm going to tell you again, the number one thing that we have to do is show and teach love, love, love. It's okay to love each other. It's okay for men to say, I love you and respect you. I do hear that a lot, but we have to love each other. We have to teach respect. We have to teach the fact that we got to learn how to love our neighbors as ourselves. And we got to also understand that it takes a village to raise your kids. And that shouldn't change. I can remember as a kid, man, if you did something wrong, Miss such and such, Miss Jones, Miss Smith, or Miss Miller was going to make sure they got you in line, or even beat your butt. And then by the time you got home, they called your parents and you were going to get it again. But too many times we don't want nobody to put their hands on our children. We don't want nobody to tell our kids what to do. Adults, when we see kids out of line, we got to let them know. They got to respect us. They got to respect us. And the last thing that we have to do is teach unity and self-control. We got to be together. We got to learn how to have self-control of ourselves. I know that I've said a lot. I know that I've gone a long time, but I'm just telling you people, we got to learn how to work together, and we got to stop this violence. It's got to change, because there's a better today than what we're living, a better tomorrow coming for us. I'm Roger Love for Roger Love Speaks. Please, don't just be good, be great. I'm out.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then how